This tutorial has two parts: theory and practical. You can skip theory by going to practical. Content. In part 1, we will understand what is aspect ratio, understandings aspect ratio vs image resolutions. In part 2, we will understand how to resize image in Windows using photo application, with or without maintaining aspect ratio. In part 3, we will understand how to save image in different formats in Paint application. In part 4, we will understand how to resize image in Windows using Paint application, with or without maintaining aspect ratio. Now coming over to our first part. What is aspect ratio? Your tip: proportional relationship between image or video width and height. Aspect ratio tells how wide your video is. Here are some common aspect ratios examples: 1:1, 16:9, and 4:3. 1:1, it's perfect square, and it's the aspect ratio for Instagram or Facebook video. 16:9, it's standard widescreen aspect ratio that we see everywhere on the web, smartphones and tablets, as well as DSLRs and camcorders. 2.4:1 is ultra widescreen or an anamorphic aspect ratio. It's often used in film to create a super cinematic feel. 9:16, all the vertical video we view on our phones. It's perfect 90-degree flip of a 16:9 video. 4:3, it's what lot of TV and film produced back in 80s and 90s. Camcorders and video cameras from this time recorded in 4:3. Just a little wider than a square. Now coming over to understandings aspect ratio vs image resolutions. Your tip: write in your notebook. We represent image width by IW and image height by IH. Thus, IW by IH gives us pixel in image. Aspect ratio width by AW. And aspect ratio height by AH. Thus, AW ratio AH gives us aspect ratio. Tip: width is always written first in image resolution and aspect ratio. Your tip: using your notebook, write the formula. IW divided by AW. Multiply by AH is equal to IH. Now you can shuffle LHS and RHS of the equation to get the desired results. Now let's go to example. What aspect ratio is in 1920 by 1080 image? The answer is: it has 16:9 aspect ratio. Now let's see the possible answers. 1920 divided 2.4 is 800. Multiply 800 with 1. We get 800. But it's wrong. 1920 divided 4 is 480. Multiply 480 with 3. We get 1440. But it's wrong. 1920 divided 9 is 213.33. We can skip as it's not a natural number. However, multiply 213.33 with 30,720. We get 1440. But it's wrong. 1920 divided 16 is 120. Multiply 120 with 9. We get 1080. And it's the correct answer. We are done with aspect ratio brief introduction and will learn more about aspect ratio in next video. If you are happy with me, encourage my efforts by subscribing, liking, sharing. Let's move to practical part. First thing first. How to resize image in Windows using photo application, with or without maintaining aspect ratio. Go to your desired folder. Double-click image or right-click to open image in photo application. Click three dots icon on right upper corner of screen. Select Resize from popping up window. Here we can see various options. Best for profile and thumbnails. Depending upon your selected image resolutions, the output image quality is reduced or enhanced to 0.25 megabytes. Best for emails and messages. Depending upon your selected image resolutions, the output image quality is reduced or enhanced to 2 megabytes. Depending upon your selected image resolutions, the output image quality is reduced or enhanced to 4 megabytes. Define custom dimension. Depending upon your selected image resolutions, output image quality can be reduced or enhanced. We select custom dimensions. If we keep the maintain aspect ratio checkbox on, then by changing width of the image, height automatically changes. If we uncheck maintain aspect ratio checkbox, then we must change width and height of the image, manually. Hit Save Resize Copy, and rename the new image to avoid image overwriting. If you are happy with me, encourage my efforts by subscribing, liking, sharing. Practical Part 3. How to resize image in Windows using Paint application, with or without maintaining aspect ratio. Go to your desired folder. Right-click and select Open with Photo from pop-up menu. Zoom in or out as per your need from lower right corner of the screen. Click Home button on title bar. Select Resize from Image ribbon. Check Pixel Radio button. If we keep the Maintain Aspect Ratio checkbox on, then by changing width of the image, height automatically changes. If we uncheck Maintain Aspect Ratio checkbox, then we must change width and height of the image, manually. Hit OK after your desired changes. Click Save button. In the new popping up window, rename your file name to avoid image overwriting. And hit Save. Here image will be saved in same format as of the uploaded image. To save image in different format, let's go to next part. If you are happy with me, encourage my efforts by subscribing, liking, sharing. Practical Part 4. How to save image in different formats in Paint application. Click File on title bar and go to Save As. In front of Save As, click on small arrow sign. You will see different options appearing including PNG, JPEG, BMP, and GIF. Select your desired format and save your image. To save image in other formats, click Other Formats, and then click on arrow in front of Save As type to see other available formats. By default, Windows can give several options as you can see on screen. If you are happy with me, encourage my efforts by subscribing, liking, sharing. Yups. We are done.